Live from Toronto, worldwide. What's up, everybody? I have not gone to sleep yet. I've been up all night. I think I had probably a 20-minute nap just about an hour ago, but I had lots to do last night surrounding the launch and the website. And I'm a very last minute kind of guy. I feel like I thrive in the last minute and I do my best work. And that's what I did. What's up, Pradeep? Good to see you. Rich Mitch, always here. Daniel, how's it going? Yeah, so I just wanted to come in and say hello and say thanks. And it's been a very successful, like bigger than anything that I imagined because I never really tried to imagine a result. So anything that came from it is just appreciation. So and it's good. It's good. I kind of set the site live right before midnight yesterday, and I just kind of wandered off and did some things. And when I came back, like without even announcing anything, there was already an order through. So people were sitting and waiting with anticipation. So, yes, Catherine, the orders are pouring in. It's a little bit unbelievable, if I'm honest. It's like overwhelming in the greatest way possible. But I yeah, after I launched the site, I just sat here and I meditated some more and I drank coffee and I drank even more coffee and I wrote. I started writing and I was just like writing and writing and writing and writing and writing. And it was a peaceful moment. It was a peaceful night and just celebrated being here. Let me say hello to everybody. I see a lot of familiar faces. Yossi, Rizzard, thank you. AW, yes. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody celebrating. I like turkey, but only the dark meat. I do not like the white meat. I find it dry. And then I got to fill it with gravy. Tasha, hi. Hi karate. Have you tried hi karate? Big Bob. What's up, brethren? Michael John. Retta Huda. Hello, hello. Afonso. Hi, Ronaldo scored. Oh, yeah. I completely forgot about the World Cup. I saw that it's the most expensive World Cup of all time, probably more than all the other World Cups combined in like the cost to throw it. Unbelievable. Watching Portugal. Yeah, the orders are coming in. It's madness. It's like this exquisite madness. Thank you for your order, Catherine. I appreciate that. Jeremy Hines, thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, Michael John, congratulations on your second perfume launch. I ordered my bottle. I can't. Thank you so much. I appreciate you too. I appreciate everybody that supported this. It's just like wild and crazy, and I can't believe that it's happening. And I can believe that it's happening, but it's all very new to me, and it's something that I'm just taking with stride. But I'm grateful, and I feel blessed and honored to be a part of this. Like to be chosen, the chances and probabilities of all of this happening is like almost impossible if you think about it. Just some dude sitting on the internet. I'm a nobody talking about perfume, and I had this opportunity to create things that I love with people that are great at their craft. So it's been an amazing process. Very thankful for that. It's been very rewarding. Yeah, Pradeep says there seems to be even more momentum with the second release. Yeah, I can feel it. There's probably some trust that has gone into the brand, so people are noticing that and they're less cautious. Hi, Natalia. How are you? Alfonso, thank you. Appreciate it. How long do you think it'll be available on the website? Until it's sold out, I imagine. I imagine. What's up, James? Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. Hope I guess you guys are all off on Thanksgiving today, celebrating turkeys, stuffing. What's everybody having? Is like turkey the norm? Does everybody have turkey? Nobody is in the stadiums. Yeah, I heard they canceled beer. No beers. What's up, Bri? Good to see you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you too, Brian. Really awesome. Great interview yesterday with Pasha. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And I just sat back and made a lot of space for him and let him talk. And I noticed that he did enjoy talking and opening up. And that was just simply my job to make him feel comfortable and warm and cozy and just let it flow out. And it was he did a great job. He did an awesome job. And I enjoyed every single moment of it and learning from his experience and almost seeing myself, in his reflection. But it was I really loved that. I love those kind of interviews. What's up, Christy? Good to see you. Johnny Amsterdam. DC Bratsko. My brother-in-law is Bosnian. Really awesome dude. Really good, pure guy. Really good heart. Jeremy Hines has been working a ton and went back to the gym. I went back to the gym recently too, and it's been a good breath of fresh air. Really enjoying it. And what I enjoy even more than the gym lifting weights is jumping into the cold plunge afterward. That is so relieving. I love the cold plunge. I'm obsessed with the cold plunge. It just feels awesome. And then I go from the cold plunge to the steam room back and forth, and I do that for a couple of times. And then I grab a nice cold shower and I go home, and then I feel like rejuvenated for the rest of the evening. Can't wait for Bella. So here's the thing. Yes. So anyone that's ordered from lesobstoday.com will get a quatrefoil logoed Les Ups Today cloth. However, they haven't arrived yet, and I keep following tracking, and they won't be here until Monday. If you want to wait, I would be happy to include a cloth. If you don't want the cloth, let me know somewhere, and I'll ship your package today or as soon as I can. But I imagine people want their cloths, and I haven't seen them yet. I haven't been able to look at the quality, and I'm quite finicky when I'm putting my name on something. I want to make sure it's like the best of the best, or at least really good and acceptable. And I'm praying that they will be so. I'm praying that they're going to be acceptable to put out into the world and share. I would hate to put out something that I'm not happy with, but I haven't been able to touch them physically or feel them. I don't know what they feel like. I just kind of created them on a website, like their illustrator. So hope it works out. Go Bills, by the way. The Bills got snowed out last week, right? They had a massive snowstorm in Buffalo and they had to move the game to Detroit. What's up, Hills? Good seeing you. I hope you had fun at the water slide. Do the boys help you with mailing? Yeah, they do. They do. My son oftentimes he's like, "Hey, Dad, can I go wherever he wants to go with his friends or to the gym?" And he takes my car. I was like, "Yeah, yeah, Of course, but before you go, here's like a bunch of packages. Please drop them off at the post. He's like, yeah, sure, no problem. He never complains. He never gets upset. He's like, yeah, sure. Like they're excited. They are starting to get into perfume, and they're excited about these perfumes. So yeah, yeah, they do help me. They help me a lot. What's up, Shiva? Good seeing you, man. Hope all is well. What's everyone doing? It is, I guess a lot of you are off. It is 12, just past 12:30 here in Toronto. And I'm chilling. I'm tired. I mean, I feel stimulated because of all that's happening, but I just had a short nap a little while ago. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and share my excitement. We are so excited for Belle. Thank you, Hills. Thank you. Yeah, I saw Claire's IG comment. That means a lot coming from Claire because I know, I admire her taste and her passion, and I would say she fits in the kind of all of our beliefs or views on perfume, and we really regard it, and we protect perfume. I feel like we're the protectors of fine fragrance. I hope that doesn't sound elitist. I asked because I'd love to buy, but I just can't. No rush. It's not a race. It's not a race, Josie, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There's lots of bottles to go around. We're eating ribs instead of birds. I love ribs. I love ribs. This is a plus. What's up, Hanson? Hanson, what are you getting from Fragrance Buy? Let us know. Hello from Trieste. Awesome. What's up, Trieste? It's amazing having people connect here from all over the world. I can't even fathom it. Nuts. I wanted two, but thought my husband might be getting one for me, so I only ordered one. Catherine, one is enough. One is certainly enough. If I don't get it for Christmas, I will order my backup bottle later. Glad I got a backup the first fry. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But again, there's no race. It's not a rush. One is enough. I mean, if you want to buy backups, you can. Somebody's bought four again. Somebody bought four. A good friend. A good friend. Another good friend bought a bottle, and I was very surprised when I saw the name because it's not somebody in this space. It's a personal friend, and it meant a lot, that they were willing to support a friend, considering they're not into fragrance. They don't buy perfumes. They don't spend a lot of money on perfumes. So it was really touching in a lovely way. James offering workout advice. Somebody scored. What's the score? Who's playing? I don't even know. I know Croatia's playing soon. I think they play. Is that today? Or was it yesterday? I think they play on Sunday as well. I'm looking forward to that. Croatia versus Canada, and I'm a little bit torn. Somebody asked me, who are you going to be cheering for, Croatia or Canada? Because I am like a Croatian descendant. My parents are from Croatia. They're actually on the border of Bosnia Herzegovina, but like literally right across the street is Croatia. And I was like, if it was ice hockey, I'd probably be cheering for Canada. But since it's like soccer, I got to go for Croatia, man. It's just like soccer is in their blood, right? The same way hockey is in Canadians' blood. Yeah, the cold plunge. So when I go into the cold plunge and then I'll go into the steam room, I can definitely feel those prickling sensations. It just feels like the skin is starting to get fizzy and tingly and stuff. It's wild. Done. No problem, man. I can get that out for you like right after this stream, Jeremy, if you don't want to wait. That's cool. Yes. Shout outs to everybody in the US celebrating turkeys and giving thanks. Finally broke my buy list streak with a new Tom Ford Noir Extreme Parfum. I'm not sure that I've smelled that. Is that the one in the gold bottle? I came across a tobacco oud the other day, and I thought of Rich Mitch because I know it's one of his favorites, and he's stocking up. And I keep hearing that it's discontinued, but I'm not exactly sure. What's up, Drawn by Sense? Good to see you, man. Mika, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Scent of the day, Tobacco Vanille. Awesome. Great tobacco fragrance. Ah, that could be fun. I'm currently driving to Ohio for Thanksgiving, a fairly boring drive through fields of winter wheat. Hmm. I wish I was with you. I think we would have fun. What would we talk about, Hills? What would we discuss? I can think of a couple of things. James, thank you so much. I just bought a bottle of Belle. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. I hope you love it. I genuinely hope it loves you as well. Thanks, Shiva. The lady from Bistro de la Butte, I imagine Valerie, told me they already shipped one bottle to Poland. It wasn't mine, though. I will have to wait till next Friday. Wait till next Friday to receive it or for them to ship it? Hmm. Well, hopefully it arrives soon and safely. Yara, how are you? Croatia played yesterday. Big support. They did. I didn't even know. I was just so lost. I had so many things to do of my own that I didn't need any more distractions. But I swear I didn't know. And it was a 0-0 tie with Morocco. I imagine that's an upset. I imagine they were probably the favorite in that game. Oh man. Phil. Yeah, why doesn't anyone want to talk about that? What are we hiding? What don't we want people to know? Hmm. Natalia's in Moth. Smells like an old dusty wardrobe. I got to get familiar with Moth. Just literally open the email regarding your second bottle. We'll be picking it up. Thank you. 5 in the fragrance by Hopper. I almost thought it said Hamper. Oud by Elie Saab. True Oud by Carolina Herrera. Zafar by Zerjov. Bukur by Thomas Kozmala. And Oud Immortel by Byredo. It's a lot of Oud there, bro. That's a lot of oud. I have one of the Byredo ouds in storage. I don't. What? There's two. They have oud immortel, and what's the other one called? Remind me. I'm not sure which one I have. Eugene, congrats on the launch of Belle. Thank you so much. Have a good Friday, and you as well. Everyone in the chat, have a good Thanksgiving. Yes, everybody have a lovely dinner and time with your family. My man, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I don't dare tell them what you've done. You've been a pretty naughty boy, but I appreciate your naughtiness. Thank you, Anuj. It'll be remembered. Ah, okay, that makes sense. I'm an open book. I think our conversations would be very broad and heartwarming. Perfume would probably pop up. Yeah, yeah. Those are the best conversations, right? You talk about meaningful things. I like deep conversations. I mean, it might be draining for some people that have a problem going inside and expressing themselves, but I really enjoy those. And yeah, perfume would come up every once in a while. That's a great mix, life and perfume. We get lost in life, we get lost in our perfumes, and hopefully somehow we find ourselves at the end of it all. Scent of the day of Vinny Havan. Good choice, Bry. Accord Oud. Then it's probably the other one I have. Oud Immortel. And I also have Baudelaire. I have a couple of others. I have Pulp. And I believe one more. I've got one more after that. Oh, I have M Mink. And then probably one more after that. Brian wants his microfiber, but he wants his perfume as well. You can have both, Bri. The choice is yours. See, some of you guys all know better than I do what I have in my collection. You have the Oud Immortel and you disliked it. I had one too and remember watching your video and I stopped. Like, I hope I didn't influence you into hating it. I'm not a fan of Byredo perfumes. I just can't. You know, I don't know if it's that they're too modern or they just don't strike me as things that I enjoy wearing. There have been very little moments that I have actually enjoyed wearing any of their perfumes. And Mink being by far the most hideous one. Is like I wanted to throw up wearing it. It was. It felt like swallowing a microfiber cloth. You know, it was just like something hitting me deep in the gut. I'm not saying anything, Bry. I'm not saying anything. Yeah, there is a Accord Oud. Yeah. Yeah, I think all of those Shalimars are different than the current. They felt deeper. You know, they had this vintage vibration to them. Happy launch day. Thanks, MJ. Appreciate that. Alex, good seeing you, man. How's kickboxing going? I get that, Bryce. Sometimes I get, Vaniha Man does play closer to my skin, but there are other times where it's much more prevalent. It has a lot of presence. So I think it almost depends on skin chemistry. I wouldn't call it a quiet perfume by any means. I wouldn't call it a skin scent, but there are times where that can happen. Yeah. To me, the dry down gets very churchy, dry and smoky, uh, ambery, like very golden ambery. Yeah. I believe most don't celebrate Thanksgiving as a historical thing. Yeah, that makes total sense. It's just to be with people that you enjoy and love and love sharing your time with and making memories, making future future memories. What's up, Ram? Good seeing you, buddy. How have you been? Ram's still killing the content. Ram, I can't keep up. It's just like too much. But it's great. It's great, man. Keep going. Keep going. I support you. I support you, buddy. Hello, Eugene from Paris. Hey, Ringo, what's happening? I remember you. I do. I think we shared some emails. You sent some really nice emails. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for Le Douleur Exquise. I love it so much. I'll get Belle on as well in a few days. Proud that you use our French language for your perfume name. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad that you're proud. I mean, I like using the French too. I think some people have a problem with it, and my reaction to that is if you have a problem with it, like all things, go and do something about it yourself. Don't expect, me to fulfill whatever expectations you have on perfume makers. I'm not here for that. If you want to use English names or Dutch names or I don't know, Spanish, go use whatever names you like. French names connect with me. I love French perfumes, so I stand by that. I don't regret using any French names. They weren't originally intended to be French. They had very English names, all three of them. In the last moment, uh, talking to an editor, she was like, Eugene, I love the concept, I love the design, the packaging, everything. It's just like I hate your names. They're too literal. And I was like, oh shit. Okay, so we brainstormed, Rich, Mitch, and Galen and I, and within a day or two, we came up with completely new names that were even better than the first ones, and they were in French, and they had a nice ring to them. There was a really nice tune, and we went with it, and it worked out perfectly, better than I would ever expected. But some people have a problem with colonizing French names on perfume. That's your thing, man. That's your deal if you got a problem. Don't expect me to, I'm not here to solve everybody's problems, man. The world is full of problems. French names on perfume bottles isn't one for me. There's way bigger problems and issues that we need to deal with and face. What do you mean more deeper? What do you mean by, what do I mean by more deeper? Like conversations? Just like having conversations with substance that aren't shallow or surface level, like that aren't about the weather, let's say. Yeah, it's great to mention the weather really briefly, but it's not something that I want to carry further in a conversation unless, it calls for that topic. But deeper things, goals, plans, memories, observations, what you've learned. Michael John says, I wore Le Douleur Exquise several times to work at a hospital. Is it soft enough to be worn at a hospital? Have you gotten any complaint? I always receive compliments and positive comments. A few wanted to make the purchase, and I steered them towards your website. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, and thanks for sharing that comment. It's always great getting feedback. I love feedback. Sometimes it's not always positive, but I'm okay with that. I have learned to accept that people have opinions and they aren't always going to align with my own. They're going to be different, and you can always tell where somebody is coming just by their words. You say, I'm not into YouTuber fragrances, and right away it's like personal. It's got nothing to do with the scent. As soon as you start off with I'm not into personal fragrance, like you're very clear in your intentions. But thank you. You can see right through the bullshit. Words are very powerful and they carry a lot of meaning, and people think they're sneaky, and but they're just conniving. Ramsey is the Netflix of YouTube fragrance reviewing. Yes. Yes, he should start a membership, a membership channel. That's right. After Roja's homage to Mitsuko with Diaghilev, would you be excited to see him tackle Jedi, or would you hope Gerlon might do another? I'd love for Jedi, however you want to pronounce it, to be released. I smelled it once, and it was forsakingly beautiful. Absolutely, it was a green floral leather chypre in the way that only Guerlain knows how to create perfumes with that Guerlain Accord. I would definitely be interested in seeing Jedi come back, Jedi, but I'd much prefer for Guerlain to do it. Ram is on my big screen as we speak. He never stops. He's motivated and he's determined and he loves what he's doing. So that's awesome. Just keep going, dude. Do what you love. Do what brings you happiness. Do what fulfills you. And you know, people will come, they will discover you, and they'll start watching and following and taking part. That's how things grow, from love, and when you put passion into something. I appreciate the traditional French nomenclature for perfumes, but I also like English and other naming conventions. Yeah, and I'm not saying that they're always going to be French, but they will be whatever it calls for in that moment. I don't They might be Spanish one day. I don't know. It could be Croatian. I don't know. Like, I can't say from right now, but only time will tell. We'll have to wait. Yeah, and I agree here with Ramsey. Just like you're distracted, all right? You're looking for something to complain about. You're dysregulated, you're bored, you have nothing going on. If you're upset about French names on perfumes, you got nothing going on in your life. Find something to do. Find something creative. Go worry about your own shit. Go pay your fucking taxes. Go clean your room, wash your sheets. I don't know. Fucking put your shoes away. Do something, right? Go rake the leaves. What does it translate to? Happy ending. I'd love to know. I'd love to know. Yeah, some people just enjoy being offended. Yeah, they feel like it's their right, like they're validated to take offense and then to project their bullshit onto the world like it fucking matters. Like it matters. I was offended by Must Tonkin. Must Tonkin gets a lot of like a lot of hardcore enthusiasts really admire Musk Tonkin. I've only heard good things. I was on the oncology unit when I did hospital work. If our supervisor smelled perfume, she'd send us home. Yeah, I can understand that. You're seeing that more and more in workplaces, and that might be the cause that we're getting lighter, airier perfumes, watered down fragrances. They're not as heavy as things from yesteryear, things from the past, the heavier Chypres, the heavier Fougères, the Orient, the perfumes inspired by the Orient, right? What's up, Ryan D? Cigar smoke so far. Yeah, man. Smoke. Don't inhale, though. Be like Bill. Don't inhale. I don't even want to say, like, I think I've said Bry a couple of times, but now I like looking back. So and I can totally see what she meant by they're very direct. So La Douleur Exquise was originally like the working name that I had was Patchouli Trauma because the heartbreak was very traumatic for me. And that is um, a very literal name. And then Belle was called Iris Awareness because of the lot of the healing I did came in being present in meditation and just enjoying the moment where when you're in pain and you're trying to heal, you can't heal when your thoughts are always in the past in that place that brought you the pain. So you have to clear your mind. And that is where I found the greatest strength in healing is just practicing presence. And the more I practice it, the more it became part of my everyday life, like part of my every moment of life. So I just try to be very conscious of the moment without dwelling, without creating narratives or these stories that you believe to be true. So yeah, it was called Iris Awareness. And I think Belle is very fitting. Beautiful soul. Because I think all souls are beautiful once the pain is healed. Once you go into that pain and you realize like the pain isn't real. It's a belief. It's something that you're almost you cling to this pain and you're attached to it and you want to believe it's real because it becomes a part of your identity. It becomes the belief that that is you, like this is your, I don't know, it's like your person, right? They're just thoughts, they're just imaginations, and we're programmed as humans to be conditioned like that. Just like we like repetition, we like constant behavior, so we like patterns. We're very attached to patterns. So just look at your own thoughts every single day. You think about the same things over and over and over and over again. It might be perfume, it might be fixing your car or your relationship, or could be anything. Ringo says, looking back, do you consider that you are a perfume addict, or rather on a path to create something from yourself because it was always required a part of you anyway? I think my path was chosen. I think all of our paths are chosen. And like listening to Salt and Pasha yesterday made sense to me. Um, yes, I did have an addiction to buying and overspending on perfume and consuming perfume and wearing perfume and being absorbed with the thoughts of perfume. Perfume, as much as I loved wearing it, was a distraction for me to get away from pain, from suffering that I was attached to, that I had inside of my body. Um, but as much as and I've said this before, as much as I've got lost in perfume and fragrance, it completely consumed me. It was because of perfume that I was able to find my way out for the same reason. And yeah, the path to create something didn't come till later. I always wanted to do something because this is what I love. This is what my life is based around, and it was kind of a dream, but I didn't know what exactly to do. And then as I was going through these transformations, it's like, I had smelled La Douleur Exquise 1,000 times before it was even created. I just envisioned it and I thought about it and I meditated on it, and I dwelled on it. What would this pain of a broken heart feel like? This exquisite pain. And I know it sounds completely bonkers and crazy because pain is not supposed to feel good. But I thought, and I said to myself, like, damn, like as a human being, this is what life is all about, is to feel these emotions and these feelings. And just because it feels bad, like, why is my bias against bad feelings? Why is something that hurt, why does that got to be bad, right? It's a feeling. We put the attachment, we put the judgment to it. And as I sat there and observed the heart without judging it, I said, this is like the most beautiful, profound thing ever. It was just so amazing. I you got to be there to understand it. Like describing it doesn't do it justice. I could feel like, just like somebody was, like the heart was being caved in, it was collapsing. Somebody was squeezing it from the outside. And I felt physically that it had shrunk for a while. And I can feel it almost like scabbing up. When blood gets dry, it starts to scab up. I spent a lot of time alone, like very alone, putting all my things away, my phone, the internet, devices, music, friends, and just being alone, being in a chair and observing, and, with my eyes closed without thinking, and just going into the body and feeling every single thought, every single emotion. and giving every feeling a meaning, and realizing where that feeling is coming from. That feeling is coming from a past lived experience that gets triggered when such and such happens. Aha, I understand that now. And now that I understand it, I can heal it. And by healing it doesn't mean it necessarily ever goes away. Once the body knows a feeling, it's always with the body, but we can notice when that feeling comes up that it's a trigger, and then it allows us to react in such a way that isn't unnecessary. Sounds a little bit bizarre, but it makes sense to me. I know what it feels like. I know what it looks like. Yeah. What's up, Prof. Melvin? What's happening, man? Where did I go here? Yeah. Yeah. They're much better. And that's what, having relationships with people is all about. We learn. I mean, when you have decent and proper, respectful relationships, people want to help you. They're there for you. Just like this person was there for me, and they could have said, "Oh, I don't want to offend them," and say like anything about his names, but she was up front, and I agree. I agreed with her. Ramsey, you have a huge collection of vintage perfumes. That's got to be a statement. That's not a question, right? Belle is an outstanding name. Yes, thank you. I agree. What's up, man? Good to see you. Okay, I'm not going to say this, but there you go. There's the happy ending in French translation. You're very welcome, Ringo. Prof. Melvin, good to see you. Ramsey, thank you. Thank you. What are you wearing? I seriously, I'm just wearing Belle from last night. I haven't applied anything yet today. Contemplative reflection is it literally is. It's changed my perception on life, and my acceptance for myself and all other people. It's been an amazing process. We have to lose things in life to learn. Yeah. Mm. I think, growth comes from pain. And without pain, we can't grow nearly as much. We learn from those pains, from those lessons. Scent of the day, lost in translation. I don't know that perfume. What's everyone else wearing? Mihai. Okay. Hello, Eugene in chat. I'm lurking in the background as usual. Well, thank you for lurking. Thank you for showing up. Congratulations on your achievement. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Where's Galen? I think Galen's going to drop the name of the next perfume in the chat. He's usually pretty keen on doing that. Galen's a lurker. Scent of the day, Epic Man. Cool. A nice green perfume. Another Amouage, Sunshine. I like Sunshine a lot. A lot of comparisons of Sunshine to Eau Noir. I think both are great. I slightly prefer Eau Noir, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's better than Sunshine. Sunshine Man is really good as well. I like Sunshine. It's an excellent perfume. Scent of the day, Vanilla Man. An excellent perfume. I love tobacco perfumes because my grandparents were tobacco farmers. And I've told this story a couple of times. When I was a little boy and my mom took me back to her home to visit her parents, they had fields and fields and fields of tobacco, and they were tobacco farmers. So they would grow tobacco, harvest it, and we would gather around. At that time there was no technology, everything was done by hand. I'm not sure how it works today, how they pick tobacco leaves, but tobacco leaves are massive. At least they were massive when I was a little boy. So from a little boy's viewpoint, they were these very big leaves, and we would have to knit tobacco onto these strings, and then those strings would be hung up underneath a clear tarp to dry in the heat, in the sun, in humidity. And it's it's a memory that's burned in my mind, sitting there with my grandparents. It's one of the very few memories I have. So it was they were big green massive tobacco leaves, and we had these long needles like this, and we would knit like right through the stem of the tobacco, and it would be maybe a 3 or 4 foot line that we would hang. So I would watch the entire process of picking, knitting, hanging, drying. And then I remember coming back home to Toronto, and my grandfather had sent a package of diced up fresh tobacco. I remember opening up that box, and it was a very powerful aroma coming out of there. Just like as beautiful as fresh tobacco could smell. And it was dark brown, it was dry, it was pungent, but it was unprocessed. There was none of that nicotine in there. It was all very fresh. And then we'd sit there, like I'd sit there with my grandparents, and they were old. They were quite old, and I would sit there like with my legs crossed, and they were so fascinated, like, look how he's sitting, look how he's sitting, is look at his legs. How do you sit like that? And it was like this big deal how I was sitting with crossed legs, and they were so amused. And we would sit there and we would eat, like my grandmother would make apple strudel. We would eat apple strudel, and she would make Turkish coffee. Everybody drank really dark black Turkish coffee, and they would throw in like cubes of sugar. Nobody had like powdery sugar, it was all cubes. And we'd be just like sitting on a dirt floor, knitting tobacco, like talking, laughing, everybody just enjoying each other's company. This was way before the cell phone was invented, way before there was an internet. And it's memories like that that I'll cherish forever, as, small as they are. Where do we go here? I just woke up. Well, happy wake up. What's up, Lee? Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Rich Mitch wearing eau de boat. That is a tobacco vanille, uh, sort of look-alike. Shelly says, I would like to be wearing Belle, but for now, I will settle for Lure de Nuit. I don't think you will be. I don't think that is settling. Lure de Nuit is an exceptional perfume, but thank you for the comparison. Gucci Pour Homme. Rich Ramsey's in Gucci Pour Homme. 2003. Great one. Good one. Chypre Palatine, another lovely perfume. Love it. Isn't Belle? That's Bellamy. Very different. This is Bellum. Are they similar? No, they don't smell anything alike. Anything alike. Yeah. How does Ramsey hold it? Ram, how do you do it, dude? We, there's like 3 or 4 times we gotta wait for Rich Mitch to go to the bathroom during one of his live streams. And your videos are just about as long as one of his lives or one of my lives. Scent of the day, Ombre Sultan. Awesome. Child is born with a heart of gold. Way of the world makes his heart so cold. Everybody's a product of their environment, of their experience, of their perceptions. Yeah. Ramsey, are you drinking enough? Scent of the day, Chergui. Oh, Savage. Dushan, good to see you. Those are the best memories, yeah. Yeah, the smell is very unique. Almost sometimes bitter. Prof. Melvin, thank you. Just ordered Bellum. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That's very kind. I hope you love it. Houdini. Is Houdini here? I didn't see Houdini, but I'm a big fan of Houdini's. His posts are friggin' hilarious. And I love how he's just so himself, unfiltered, and says whatever's on the top of his mind. They can be offensive if you allow them to be. I guess people allowed to be offended. Um, and funny. He's a funny guy. And I'm always going to have that connection to Houdini. Houdini was the first guy to message me, and he's like, "Yo, this is seriously him. Like, this is me, like, reading out his message in Houdini's voice." Rich Mitch and I talked about this the other day. When you read messages, Rich is like, when I read your WhatsApp messages, I actually read it out, and I like think of your voice as saying it. And Houdini's like, yo, have you tried any lesin? I was like, what? I was like, I've not heard of them. So I quickly Googled them up, and I saw the logo. I was like, oh yeah. Like, I'm starting to see this brand really show up on the radar, and they were starting to create some traction. And yeah, he's like, Antoine Lee's doing some really great things with them. You should go and check out this brand. And after spending months trying to find a perfumer to work with, Houdini's message really, like, it lit a bell inside of me. I was like, oh, Antoine Lee, let's look him up. Let's see where he is. Let's see what he's doing. And like I said earlier, we're all here to learn and help each other and evolve and grow. And Houdini he'll always have a place in my story for that. How did I get into perfume? I mean, there's different events. My mother used to buy me fragrance, and I remember having many fragrance. When I say many, I mean like in between 5 and 10 on my dresser, on my cabinet. The first that comes to mind is a Ralph Lauren original polo, green polo, and it was just like way too strong of a fragrance for a 10-year-old to wear. I had that when I was like, I don't know, 10, 12. I can't remember exactly. And going, I really like to smell, but it's just so overpowering for a child. And then I would get things like CK Obsession and CK Naughty Turn Escape. I had Boss Number One. My brother used to wear Aqua de Joe, and I just remember like every time you press that trigger, something magical would happen, and getting lost in those first few moments of the initial blast was very stimulating for me. And then after, like that was just my thoughts as a child. It was my first introduction to perfume. My mom used to wear a lot of perfume going out. Like her and my dad went out a lot on the weekends. They're always going to parties and events and dinners and stuff like that. So I would watch my mom get dressed and put on her makeup, and she always got fancied and stuff like that. She used to love Dior Poison, and I remember that smell very strongly. But what really got me down the rabbit hole was being at the department store here. I took a day off of work and went to the department store, and this sales assistant sprayed Bleu de Chanel on my hand. I was just like, I was really repulsed by it. It was like, it smelled really bad to me when it was I knew it was supposed to be something mass appealing and lovely and adored. And I had it on my hand the whole day, and it's just like the smell kept coming to me. So when I got home later that evening, I went online and I Googled, like, what is Bleu de Chanel? And it's like it opened up this whole new world. There were conversations and forums and YouTube videos. There were databases. I was like, what the hell is this? It was all very alien and foreign to me. I had no idea that this world had existed. So reading some of the reviews, I was like, notes? Accords? Like, what the fuck? I thought I thought perfumes were just like this generic smell. Well, I thought blue anyway was a very generic. I never really thought about grapefruit or vetiver or sandalwood, or I don't know what else is in there. Calabrian bergamot, or whatever spices. I don't know. So it was all fascinating and entertaining, and I just got lost in that. I just went down the rabbit hole, and it was like, if you like Bleu de Chanel, go try Platinum Egoist. If you like Platinum Egoist, go try Allure Homme. And I felt really connected at that time to Chanel, even though I didn't like Bleu. Chanel was readily available at the drugstores here, and I had a drugstore right by my house, and I can go in there and smell things like Pour Monsieur, both versions, right? In the drugstore. That's how odd is that? Like, you have major department stores here now, and they don't carry Pour Monsieur, but here I was finding it in Shoppers Drug Mart, one of the biggest drugstores here. Eventually, it got taken out though, so I had a lot of access to Chanel early on, but I did like things like that I couldn't possibly wear today, like a L'Homme Sport and the Extreme and stuff. But yeah, that's how it started for me. A duck is going to a duck in a ram is oh, whoa, okay. Yeah, I need to get a coffee or something. I'm all jacked on coffee. I agree, Enrique. If more people had concern about others. Ah, there he is. Yeah, there's the man. I'm here, mate. The rest is history. Houdini, how you doing, man? I I loved your Terre de Hermes post. I love your shit talking. It's hilarious. Man, Houdini just doesn't care. I've not heard of Endgame perfumes. Yeah, lick the stream, everybody. Please lick the stream. Yeah, Houdini's a blast. He posts at least once a day. He gives his opinion. Sometimes he gives it hard. Uh, sometimes they're deserved, but again, like, are they deserved? I don't know. Where does that belief come from? Where does that bias stem from? It's all a belief. Who's to say like what makes a good perfume and what makes a bad? Somebody might love that bad perfume. Who's to say you're right or they're right? How do we decide? How are we going to choose? I think that's why it's important to just be observant of your thoughts and why they get like this. Yes, I've worn the third one many times, and it's going to be another lovely surprise. My family was poor, says Alan Hansen. I used to sneak into my dad's, and he could only afford to wear one, simply called rum. Got you. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, man. But I know what that's like, Alan Hansen. I know what that's like. Yeah. I've not smelled Gabrielle Parfum, but I do like Gabrielle, the original release. I like it a lot more than I probably should, more than most fragrance lovers will admit, but I enjoy wearing it. I like florals. I'm a floral guy. I like florals, man. I'm a masculine dude that loves florals, and I admit it. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I own that shit. What were you doing up at 4 a.m. last night? I don't sleep well, Bobby. I am not a good sleeper. And that time is my hour. Those are my hours. That's the witching hour. It's when I come out and make friends with all the witches and we brew concoctions and we do crazy things and we just enjoy that time of night, right? It's my favorite time of day. As much as I would love to say I get up early in the morning and I'm there to watch the sunrise. I'm not. I wish I could, but I'm not. It's just the way that my internal clock is programmed, and that's how I operate. My dad used to wear high karate, by the way. That's the only fragrance or anything scented that I've ever smelled on. He's never owned any other perfume or fragrance or cologne. I remember my mom once asked me, he's like, can you get your dad this was many years ago, like a fragrance for his birthday or Christmas? And I was like, Mom, he can pick whatever he wants. Damn. Sorry to hear that, Phil. Must have been rough. I'll never forget the first time I wore Coco Eau de Parfum out in public. And oh man, I felt nervous. I felt really cautious and I was very aware of my surroundings. I went to my son's um day it was a daycare Christmas party event in the evening, like one of those after hour Christmas caroly things, and I had oversprayed Coco Eau de Parfum and ended up like in this small elementary daycare with all these other grown-up adults, and I was like, "Oh my god, what did I do?" It was just like it was jumping off. It filled the entire room. It had its own presence, and I was like, "I wonder if anyone smells me. I wonder what they think." Oh my god, because it was intense. It was so intense, but I loved every moment of it. I secretly loved every moment. Going to smell and taste for the first time in my life next week. Got myself a vintage decant after Ramsey made all sorts of faces. Man, I envy you. I really envy anybody that's going to smell and taste for the very first time. It's a memory that'll stay with you forever. And Tejas was a hard love for me. Very hard. Fala. Fala, Lily. Lily speaks my language, even though I don't speak my own language. Either that or she's a really good Google translator. Gabrielle from I don't think that would sell, man. That would scare a lot of dudes off. Guys are fearful. I wonder how well boy, Chanel boy probably wouldn't scare men off because they'd be like, oh, this is for boys, you know? This is for me. But let's say anything with a floral accord in there would scare a lot of dudes off. Alan Hansen says he can't stand licorice. I like licorice. I like anise. I like it a lot. Very spicy, green, vegetal. I think it's a beautiful material. You're right. I never talk about 1932. You're absolutely right. And you're very observant. It's probably one of my least worn Les Exclusives. I think the reason I don't reach for it is I find excitement in most of the others over 1932. I think 1932 is a pretty perfume. It's a nice floral. However, I can get I don't want to say the same effect, but something similar in no, it slips my mind. 31 Belladis, no, 31 Rue Cambon. 31 Belladis Speedo. 31 Rue Cambon. I get something similar, but it's much more enjoyable for me. Yeah, I don't think anyone likes amberwood when it's dosed too high. Not just amberwood, but any material overdosed is it turns into a nuisance. I like perfumes that are abstract, that aren't very clear in the materials that they are using. It's like I want to dig inside of the perfume. You know, I don't want it to be evident. I want it to challenge me and for me to question what is in there. I think those are some of the more interesting fragrances. Do you ever think or be concerned about your collection being that's a very good possibility, but I don't ever live in fear. No, it's not something I think about or dwell on. I love cocoa as well. All forms. Ooh. Yeah, tomato leaf can be challenging, really green and bitter, but it's a nice, it's not overused, so you don't see it very often. Um L'Ombre Don's Low comes to mind. I almost feel like there's a hint of it in Rosenqueer, Frederick Moll's Rosenqueer, Eau de Campagne. Jean-Claude Elena's Eau de Campagne, I think, was the first to do that. I love coriander. I love the way Chanel uses coriander. Very softly. It's nice, dry green spice. Yeah, 31 Rue Cambon. Downsizing a collection feels like a warm bath after not what? Yeah, almost feels like you went on a diet and lost a bunch of weight, eh? You feel free, less restricted, more comfortable. I can get that. Yeah. It's a lot to carry. Only a real gentleman can wear floral dominant fragrances with pride. Hmm. I don't know what kind of man it takes. I don't know if I would call it real, because then we get into the whole like, what is a real gentleman? But I can appreciate your concern. Um, Again, it just goes back to not living in fear or not living to please other people. And I just wear what I love. I wear what I enjoy, regardless of. And I've been told sometimes that I smell like a girl. I work with this one dude. Um, his nose is pretty good. His wife must wear a lot of feminine perfumes, and every time I wear a woman's fragrance, he's very quick to pick it out. And I said, "Yeah, I'm wearing a woman's perfume, and I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me. Does it bother you?" If it bothers you, that's your problem. But after that conversation ends there, the thoughts end there too. They stay with that moment, and I don't carry them forward. So, um, if somebody's offended by me wearing a perfume, it's just simply I don't take that on. It's not my problem. 1932 reminds me of the designer feminine Chanel. Is it possibly Coco Noir? Because I get the connection of iris in both of those. They both have that fungal, rubbery iris. Um, I don't know what else it would remind you of. Hmm. Another. So it wouldn't be Cristal or 19. It wouldn't be either of the allures. The only thing I can think of is Coco Noir. 1932 is crystalline. 31 Rue Cambon is opaque yet elegant. Which perfumes do you wear for meditation? I like Jersey. I like Frederic Malls, Geranium Pour Monsieur. I like calming perfumes, and I find that calmness in the mint in Geranium Pour Monsieur. I find that calmness in the lavender, the musk, the vanilla in Jersey. I had a bunch of fragrances up here. I'm nothing really specific lately, but those are two that come to mind. What's up, Peter? Good to see you. Peter wearing Belle on today. Awesome. Hope you're doing well, buddy. What about cumin? What about it? I love cumin. It's one of my favorite notes. It's one of my favorite spices. It's one of my favorite materials. Milosh says, cheers to all my friends. What's up, Milosh? Good to see you. Lily asking, Peter, are you liking it? And Peter's not saying anything. I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but I won't take it either way. Have I tried 1957? Yes, of course. I love 1957. I don't wear it as often as I'd like, but it is a gorgeous perfume. Gorgeous. A woody floral musk. Lily's on top of the game. And watch Fate Man. Fate is the spicy one, right? Comes in that kind of that reflective bottle that looks like a pearl. It almost has a pearl finish to it. No? Is that Fate? Cumin, really spicy, like Indian cooking spices. I find cumin to be sex. I find cumin to be sexy too. I was talking to Rich Mitch about this earlier. Rich just got in his bottle of Fleur d'Oranger and he was like, this is way too floral. I was like, yeah, you're right. But I don't really consider orange, or even though orange blossoms a floral, I don't consider it a floral, maybe because it doesn't have all that whiteness. White florals can be stomach turning. But what I love about Fleur d'Oranger from Serge Lutens is that spicy cumin. And it reminds me of, like, I just picture this really beautiful, attractive woman with these hairy armpits. Like hairy armpits are gross, right? But the beauty of the woman kind of makes that forgiving. You know, you can forgive the armpits because of, you know, the rest of the beauty, and that's what Fleur d'Oranger does for me. It's very good. I'll review it tomorrow. I'm glad you like it. Palo Santo is a good one. Yeah, Palo Santo or Blue. I don't know Blue Lotus. We had Sultan Pasha on yesterday, and I was like, I genuinely do not know what Blue Lotus smells like, and I don't know if I've ever smelt or am familiar with a Blue Lotus. But to me, if you know, if it's reminiscent of anything that I get in Sacred Scarab, it smells um, like jasmine. I would have guessed that jasmine was the main note in Sacred Scarab, a green jasmine, not a white uh, indolic jasmine. Very green, wet. But Palo Santo is good too. I burned some incense. Some of it is Palo Santo. I've got all these different incenses. People bring me incense. And I've got more incense than I have the time to burn it, to be honest. Frenchie's a great fragrance. I was decanting some for a friend the other day, and I was like, this is really lovely. You know, it's nothing outrageous or crazy exciting, but it's a really nice composed perfume. Lily, happy turkey. Thank you, Bob. To you too. Joe M68. Good afternoon from the UK and happy Thanksgiving to those celebrating. Yes, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Turkey Day. For meditation, Ombre Supreme. Yeah, I think, yes, I've used Encens Mythique in meditation before. I've not tried Ombre Supreme. But do you see the connection or like a correlation between both of those? Ombre Supreme and Encens Mythique. Again, I was talking to Rich about this. I was kind of like picking his brain a couple weeks ago about Ombre Supreme and Encens Mythique and Ambergris being, you know, the focus point. I've not tried Ormond Exandria or Essential Parfums Orange, Time Santo. Egoist Vintage. Ooh, for meditation, dude, that is a big perfume and it's cloying. And what I don't want for my meditations is something that's going to actually distract me and, you know, pull me away from leaving time and space. And I think that heaviness of the perfume would pull me into there. And for me, I don't think it would work. I don't think it would work. Maybe something like Tam Dao would work. Yeah, I can see incense and creamy woods being really good. Slight greenness. Uh Celine's newest one might be good for meditation. Bois dormant. That might be really almost perfect for meditations. Flowers bring Flowers perfume brings a lot of personality to men as they can do differently for women. It's like flowers can have their own soul. Yeah, florals have energy. They have their own life. Absolutely. I think that's why I'm connected to florals. Possibly. I sampled Mousse de Sable yesterday. Fell in love with how comforting it is. Yeah, it goes through a lot of transitions, and I love how ghostly it is. Do you, Prof. Melvin, get the dirtiness from it, especially coming from the base, the dry down? What's happening, JJ? Good to see you. I can't believe you called me "you smells good." Nobody calls me that, but welcome. It's good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. What's up, Yura? Hope you're well too. Hope all is well. Miller says Feb Delicious is very cuddly. Smell to me. Hmm. I've not tried anything from Maison Crivelli yet. I don't even know who that is, to be honest, or who the brand is, who perfumes for them. I honestly don't know. And it's just I haven't been exposed to them. I think after Les Indemnidables, it's a house that has the most consistently unique and complex fragrance. Well, there you go. Thanks for bringing them up. And the more I see this name, the more it will stick and inspire me to try them. Awesome. I know that. I know that. But thank you for reminding. Rich Mitch says he's always here. I appreciate you. Everybody's saying hello to Yura. Yura's a crowd favorite. Look at that. Yura, where did you come from? Who sent you? What are you doing here? La Douleur Exquise is different every time I wear it. I don't get that from most perfumes I tried. Yeah, and I really understood that when my bottles first came and I spent a few months every single day wearing it and just like I it took me a while to get a grasp of the true essence of what it was trying to say. And for many times it would wear differently. There would be different accords. Like sometimes it would be mostly floral, like rosy. I mean, rosy. It would be very rosy and it would be rose dominant. And there would be other times where I wasn't able to perceive the rose at all. And I was like, oh, like, where did the rose go? Did the rose disappear? It would be spices and woods and patchouli, like this lively patchouli, this biting patchouli. Or other times it would be castoreum. I see castoreum, like castoreum reminds me of gasoline. So I would get this kind of like rosy gasoline. I don't know, it was crazy. It really took me a long time to comprehend it, but um yeah, I feel the same way. My favorite cumin is Al Oud. I like Al Oud. I own Al Oud. I haven't worn Al Oud in a very long time. I feel like Rose 31 fits that bill for me and kind of does it better. They're very similar in that essence. Very spicy, cuminy, cedary. I don't think there's any oud in Al Oud. I might be wrong. That is my belief uh, from my experience. It just feels like a dry, woody perfume. I think there's some rose and cumin in there as well. Maybe some vetiver, some sharp spices, but it's very airy. It's lightweight. It's much lighter than Rose 31. It doesn't have the presence as Rose 31. Yeah, that could be it. That could be it. It's very orangey though, as the name implies. I mean, there you go. Exactly. Hairy armpits are not gross on women, says JD. And that is true for you. My truth doesn't mean, because I said hairy armpits are gross on a woman is not the absolute truth. That is just my perception of a woman with hairy armpits. But I mean, you do you, man. If you like hairy armpits on a woman, that's nothing wrong with it. Anuj agrees. He's shouting out hairy armpits. Anuj, we need to, you and I, schedule maybe like a sushi lunch or something sometime really near and soon and just kind of hang out, talk about life, talk about perfume, and have a good lunch. Do you like sushi? I love sushi. I'm not sure if it's your jam. It's not for everybody, but I'd love to grab lunch with you sometime soon. When was the last time I wore Jubilation? Ooh, probably a few months ago. Really enjoy. I love Jubilation. I always enjoy wearing it. For something that calls for oud, and I don't know if it has real oud or not, but it doesn't matter. I love the smell of it. Will samples be available of Belle? Yes. Yeah. Probably as early as next week. Yes. Hold tight. Palo Santo oil is now prohibited for use, which saddens me a bit. Like all great materials, Palo Santo is very. I mean, I could be tricked into believing it's sandalwood. Yeah, I love 18 as well. 18 is a reflection of Ego East to me, an airier Ego East, something in between Ego East and Cocoa. JJ, do you like Cocoa? I mean, you must if you like 18 and Ego East. I imagine you love Cocoa as well. Not gross on many. Why is it gross on one but not the other? There you go. There's Rich's 2 cents. See, everybody has a different opinion. We're just talking about hairy armpits on a man or a woman, and we got like 7 different opinions already when there can only be 2. That's just the way it works. Owl oud is a brilliant use of cumin. Yeah. Rich, tell everybody what your mother said this morning. I won't let it out. If you want, you can, but that was a good one. I got a good kick out of that. Rich was telling me about a conversation he had with his mother. What are you wearing today, Rich? Look at this. All this love in the chat. Unbelievable. Hi from Austria. What's up, Robert? Good to see you. Hope you're well. Lots of hamburgers here in Ireland. I know someone local who found a bucket load. I love by the sea. I live by the sea. Awesome. I wonder what the payload on that is like. What's your opinion on H24? Will it change your opinion on H24 if I give you mine? Because I know that you love it. And if you love it, you should own it and continue wearing it, regardless of what anyone else thinks about it. Uh, I mean, there's so many different ways you can look at this. I mean, if I look at this, from Eugenia's perspective, ego and stuff, I'm gonna say it's a piece of trash, right? Of course. But if I put all my biases away, it's like it's nice. I think that's probably the best I can say. It's nice. It's nice. It's lovely for somebody that just wants to smell fresh and clean. I think it does the job. It depends. Like, what are you using it for? What do you want it for? Yeah, I can see musk working for meditation. Keel's musk, maybe? Sure. Why not? I wouldn't put on too much, though. I think Musc de Sable would work really well for that. See, there you go. Yura's an experienced nose, and he's telling you to ignore the haters. EDP is nicer than the EDP. I find the EDP more leathery, more mossy, more vegetal, more green. It has more presence and substance than the EDT. Very balsamic perfume. I get a lot of balsams and incense from that. Rubbery. Shiva, are you taking off? Everyone have a fantastic day, week, month. Happy Thanksgiving to my fellow Americans wherever you are in the world. Take care. You genius. You too, buddy. Have a great day. Make some memories. Oh. So Ramsey, I gotta say, like, there was a time where I held this belief with you, and I would have agreed, and I would have said, "This is god awful. This is horrible." Jacques Guerlain would be rolling in his grave if he could smell what Guerlain had put out in Santal Royal. It was like, oh, it was nauseating. I remember when I first got Santal Royal, I was nauseous. It gave me migraines. It was cloying. It was profusely strong. It was like one of the strongest things I've ever worn. And it was just vibrating with these synthetic aroma chemicals, and I was like, "What in the good Lord's name is this? Rose, oud, musk, leather." It's like everything is in there. They have some fruity notes. It's syrupy. Let me get my bottle. I find this so fascinating. Damn. What are you doing to me, Ramsey? It's got a little bit of a metallic touch to it. Do you get metallic? Fuck. That's harsh, man. That feels like a 2x4 to the face. These bottles are really hard to display or photograph because of that reflection. But yeah, there is a harshness to this. There's also a fruity syrupiness. Almost, is it plum or something? Slightly winey. Rose, huge metallic rose. But there's this darkness, this ashiness. Ugh, it's a lot. It's already like filling my sinuses, my senses with that one spray. Yeah, but I agree. There was a time where I felt the same way. I hated it, but after a couple of years, I started rediscovering. I said, "This is much." Right now, it's killing me. It's literally like it's torture. Um, and I was able to find some appreciation in it. It's a very complex perfume. I got to give it credit for that. I think it's one of the more complex Thierry Vasseurs. But the moment has to be right. It has to be good timing. What's up, Schlonghammer? Schlonghammer. Best name on YouTube. Wait, wait a second. Is this the first time you two are agreeing? Come on. That's awesome. Yay. Santal Royale is ghastly. Yes. It can be. It can be. It can be. But it's good to see you both here. My neighbor is French Canadian. She shaves nothing ever. What's that like, Phil? Today I tested Lour Bleu and number 1980T, and I'm obsessed. As you should be. Those to me are like wonderful perfumes. You think, yeah, Egoist is airy? You don't find it dense and cloying and thick and suffocating? I mean, that's kind of what vintage perfume is, isn't it? Pranav says, I prefer Oud Essential. Man, my first experience with Oud Essential was not good. And when I had sprayed it on me, I wanted to whip my bottle against the wall and just shatter it. And I was so angry and so disgusted with what I was smelling. I felt like I sprayed a Montal with, oh, it's just so harsh. I can't with Oud Essential. I'm sorry, I can't. That's I find that even more aggressive than Santal Royale. I was like, what the hell am I? This doesn't smell like Guerlain. Like Guerlain's changed a lot. It smells nothing that I know Guerlain to be. But I think that is going to be a pivotal point in Guerlain history is when they're clearly going Middle Eastern perfumes now. And I totally understand why. Middle Easterners love perfume. And Guerlain's in the business of selling perfume, so it makes complete sense. There's going to be a new arts and materials coming next year. Guy told me the name, or not the name, the main ingredient, but I forget now. Yeah, it's very lovely. It might be one of my favorites from them. I heard you once speak on what feminine Chanel smelled most similar to Egoist. It was Coco. Coco, probably the EDT. I have found Antoine Lee loves paying homage to vintage perfumes. Je suis un homme gives me Bellamy vibes. I've not smelled Je suis un homme. And sometimes, and Le Douleur Exquise gives me Antaeus vibes sometimes. I love Antoine Lee style. I can barely see that. I can see it, but I don't. Like, I don't think of Antaeus when I wear um, Le Douleur Exquise. It's probably that castoreum that connects them both. And castoreum was Antoine's idea to put in there. He's the one that came up with it. And I was a little bit apprehensive because castoreum can be pungent, it can be sharp, it can be challenging. But I think he's balanced it in here in a way that can make both sides of that line happy, like people that love animalics, but it would also, the people that are afraid of them, there's not that much where it's offensive. I love sushi. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. What's up, Adam D? I love sushi. Yura, let's do it. Let's do it. We'll have a sushi explore. Maybe Ramsey can come by. Are you still excited? Kuwait 777 and good. Are you still excited? Somebody from the Middle East purchased is that you? Is that you? Did you purchase Belle today? Are you still excited buying perfumes? Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what to buy anymore. Like what I'm looking for something that excites me and interests me. I'm always looking. Oof, there you go. There is a very strong, powerful message from our very own Floral Notes. She's got floral armpits. No, I have not, Bobbio. Yeah, JJ loves Coco. I thought you would. I don't think JJ is the type of person that gets challenged by women's fragrances. You got to be very careful, man. You got to be very careful with what you say these days. Hating sushi is racist. I mean, I don't see that, but people are looking to like jump on you with everything that comes out of your mouth. Milky, definitely like sandalwood. Yeah, I get a connection to. Yeah, with mint and latex and smoke. What is your best perfume? You mean like my favorite perfume? That's the $1,000,000 question, Kuwait. If I tell you that, I would just have to delete my YouTube channel after. There's no point going on. I can't tell you that, man. I can't tell you. You got to figure out your own. You gotta watch all the videos. You gotta go back and watch every single minute of every video. The people that know, the people that watch, they know. They know what my favorite perfume is. EDT for me. EDT. I love the freshness. I wore Habit Rouge the other day, a couple days ago. Loved it. I was talking to Ira Rose about Habit Rouge. What day was that? Was that Sunday, Ira? Brilliant, brilliant, but simple, simply brilliant. I think it's a beautiful perfume. I love the citrusy top. I love the floral accord. I love the use of vanilla that isn't sweet, dry leather, rosewood. Just stunning, fresh, elegance, masculine, classy. But I can also see how it would turn somebody off. I don't think it's the easiest wear. I don't think it's as easy to wear as, let's say, Heritage. I think Heritage might be an even more fun perfume, more complex, that goes through more transitions. I have ambergris for sushi. There you go. Damn, that would be an expensive meal, bro. H24 is a high quality, results driven mainstream. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I mean, it's not horrible by any means. And I've worn it and I'll wear it again. And, just simple destinations or events, but it's not something that I'll reach for, like, let's say once a month, where I'll be spending a whole day with it. But, if I'm off to the post to drop off some packages, if I'm off to go for sushi for an hour, maybe, but I don't think it's horrible by any means. But it's not a fragrance enthusiast dream perfume either. Ambergris sushi. Yeah. Ambergris and avocado. Now you guys making me crave sushi. Like the stream. Like the stream for Eugene. Someone once gave me a Tonka and Coumarin chocolate brownie. The idiot should have known it was a blunt. Mm, yeah, Santal Royal has that effect. It's like sticking a butane lighter in your nose and letting the gas in there before you light it up. Let the gas in for a couple seconds. I don't know. I just spent some time with it, and I try to connect it to past Guerlains, from old Guerlain, and I think I fell in love with the complexity of it. It's a very deep I get that it's harsh and sometimes hard to wear, but there's depth to it. There's a lot of transitions. I mean, if you find the time to want to discover it, there is some beauty there. There really is. There is. I got you, JJ. I back you up on that. I got you. I smelt Santal Royale and a dude once at Dimitri's. Dimitri's here is a cafe. They've got great pastries and cakes and desserts, and you go in, you can have a specialty coffee. And this dude walks in, and he smelled like a musk bomb. It was a rose oud musk bomb, and I was like instantly, I was like, that guy is wearing Santal Royale He smells like a homeless dude that hasn't bathed in weeks, right? And it smelled fabulous on him. I loved it. Very musky, much more dirtier on him. I thought of a fake, yeah. Man, Santal Royale is really rolling down the hill here. I have a sample of Santal Royale. Never sprayed it, but I swear I can smell it through the vial. I had to place it in the Ziploc bag. Yeah, it's very powerful. Iris Todefi is the best Guerlain of the last 5 years. Ooh. I like Mon Guerlain. I don't know if that was that 2016, 2017, 2018, maybe. I don't know. I like Mon Guerlain. I like that lavender. I know it's got ethyl maltol, but it's got that lavender vanilla thing. And I know it's, mainstream mass appealing, but I think it's a really well done take on that La Belle theme. Is that what it is? I mean, everybody had to have their version of La Belle. I think we all know. I think we all know. Great pickup. Santal Noir. Oof. Pradeep. Santal Royale for me. Teus is quite aromatic. Yeah, it's got those aromatic herbs in the top. What is it? Basil? It's got some green spices. It's got that citrusy top. I can't remember what's in the. I'd have to smell it. Hello, I have Santal Royale, Encens Mythique, Patchouli Ardent, Bois Mysterio, and Queer Intense, and I love them all. I am thinking of buying. Yeah, that's great that you love them and enjoy them. Keep going. I have them all except for a piece Exquise, and I think I'm going to stop there until they put out something that I love in that collection. I was just buying them for the sake of finalizing a collection, but I don't enjoy them as much as you do. I don't enjoy Patchouli Ardent. I like Encens Mythique. I love Bois Studio. Love, love, love. Queer Intense, I liked it when I first got it, and I thought it was interesting, but again, it's too heavy of a perfume for me. I don't want to wear these. I don't wear the perfumes. They wear me. I feel like, I feel like I'm wearing a heavy coat, a parka, and a big knapsack filled with books on top of that. I don't like that feeling. All right, JJ, enjoy your dinner, man. Blessings to you and your family. Enjoy your turkey. Everybody's saying bye to JJ. Hit that like. Take your time, man. It's not a race. It's not a rush. But thank you. Dave. Thanks for the super chat. It's really generous of you. I appreciate you too, man. We'll have to have you back on sometime soon. Eugene's favorite man, I must be really backed up on the chat. Eugene's favorite perfume. Boy, oh boy, that is a tough question. It is. It is a tough question, but I'm sure that a lot of you could come up with a top 10 list of mine. Maybe. Ooh, lasagna sounds good right about now. Rich Mitch. You're to think Paris is the best town in France, but what does your ma say? Rich, what does your ma say this morning? Did you tell them? I'm not going to say. I'm going to cover for you, but yeah, I think H24 is a better breed compared to a lot of the other stuff being thrown out there. I would agree with that. The journey continues. What's up, Moose? Moose 31. What's up, Pat Lester? Sunday Tear 80p. Awesome. How many times have you worn Uncut Gem? Two or three. 2 or 3 times. And I don't like it any more now than when I first tried it. It's not good. I'm wearing Dries by Mull. I'm baking bread and apple pie, so it fits. Yeah. Ombre Nargile would also work in that instance. Yeah, I get that candy vibe from H24. Not quite like a Starburst, but a Jolly Rancher. It's got like a melon Jolly Rancher thing. I would love to see you do a sophisticated gourmand. Eugene, any thoughts? You never know. You never know. I don't like gourmands, but that would be a great challenge. It could be a challenge. Could be an interesting challenge. And I'm always up for a challenge. The original, Prof. I like the original. Santal Noir is the Dior. Okay, I'm going to scroll through these quicker, and I'm going to say goodbye really soon. I want to. I've got some things I need to attend to. Antaeus has a lot to stay. What's up, Stephen Tampin? Good to see you. Coriander too, I believe. Let's see. I like Santal Pauros a lot. Very simple, but it's a great wear. I love it. I genuinely love it. Even though I don't think it's a great perfume, I like it enough that I love it. Oof, I'm going to smell Antaeus and Kuros for the first time before the year is over. That's awesome. That's exciting. Those are 2 big perfumes that will make an impression. They will leave an impression with you, an unforgettable impression. I live near Marseille and my husband worked there. Rough town. Oh, no way. I told my husband early on, do not buy me Uncut. Yeah, and you weren't wrong. You're not missing anything. I went with 22 sprays of Antaeus on Saturday. I felt like a semi-god. Oh my God. Dude, that's intense. Thanks, Joe. I'm going to call you Joe, but I appreciate it very much. Thank you. What's up, Pep? Good to see you. How you doing, man? Go check out Pep's collaboration with Miskio. Miskio Parfums. They're shipping now worldwide. Those are some perfumes I really want to get to know. I want to try them at least, but congratulations to you and Marie. I watched the stream that Rahul had posted the other day. It was interesting. I like that kind of stuff as it's perfume based, and to hear the inspirations and to hear Marie talk. I didn't know Marie. Well, maybe I did, but Marie's from Canada. She's from Montreal. So that's cool to see. But good luck to both of you. You're welcome. You guys should come on sometime, you and Marie, the same way you were with Rahul. That would be awesome. I'd love to talk to you guys both. We can definitely arrange that. If you guys want, you're more than welcome. I get that there's a huge time difference. You are in Australia, Maria's in Germany, so that could be tricky, but it's not impossible. Good day. I'll off to buy my bottle of Bellum. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So just a reminder, Bellum is now live on lesupsteady.com. If you're in Europe, go to La Bistro de la Butte. You'll probably get your bottle shipped quicker. I don't know what they're charging for shipping. But yeah, go there. Uh, being the partner, like help, just help them clear their stock out before you come to uh, Les Ups today. I would appreciate that, just so they're not stuck with any stock. But thank you to everybody. It's been amazing. It really has. Like, the moment I had set Bellum live on the site, I haven't even announced it yet. I just turn around and somebody had purchased the bottle. I was like, oh wow, like how did that happen? So people are on top of it, and it's awesome. Oh, I think La Bistro is only doing shipping. I didn't know that. Thanks for letting me know, Adam. So we are from Les Ups today. We're shipping to several, we're shipping to France, we're shipping to Romania, Germany, UK, Sweden, Denmark, Spain, Belgium. I'd have to check. But we've opened up shipping to several other places. Shipping to Australia. We are shipping to Indonesia, Poland. A lot of people are asking for Poland, so we're going to Poland. Ireland. Some people were asking for Ireland, so we opened up to Ireland as well. Not to Serbia or Croatia yet. I'm really skeptical, Dushan. Like, I've been to Croatia and everything is like, it just feels so unsafe, just the way there's just so much corruption there. I don't know if somebody wants it, message me and we'll figure it out. But I use Canada Post. It's the safest, and packages get in the UK in less time than it takes to get to San Francisco. I don't know how that works, but somebody messaged me last week saying my bottle got here in about like less than 5 days, and it takes longer for them to ship something from the UK inside of the UK than my package has arrived from Toronto. So that was awesome. Yeah, so check that out, and thank you to everybody that supported in any way, even just being here on the live streams and part of the conversations, and been here for all these years. It's been a wild ride, and I'm grateful to be part of that, part of this ride and part of this collaboration process. It's just been truly amazing, and I'm grateful and thankful, and I feel blessed. I feel blessed. Really, I feel blessed. And you all have a big part to do with that. I've learned so much about myself, through Perfume, through this YouTube channel, sharing with all of you. And I hope all of you have been able to learn something as well. So thank you all. Blessings. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Thanksgiving to anyone that's going to eat their turkey. We'll see you all soon. We'll be back. La Bistro shipping to other countries too. I got La Douleur Exquise from there and just ordered Belle. Yes, you do. Carl Anderson, thank you so much. And he lives in Sweden. Awesome. All right, cool. Enrique, thank you. Rizzard, awesome. Ringo, Floral. I saw Babiano. Pavel, thanks for coming. Pete, Dushan. We'll talk to y'all soon, guys. Have a great day. Cheers.